Today I'm going to share with you some of my indoor putting winter tips. This can be done in the luxury of your own home as the cold sets in outside, or maybe you could even do it at work. Give these a try. Here we are in the corridor at Shirley Golf Club. Today I'm going to show you some of the latest training aids and how you might be able to adapt those for your winter practice. As putting is the most important part of the game, practicing at this time of year through the winter months indoors will knock shots off your scores when you get out there in the spring. Now this is called a putting rail. It's probably one of the most popular putting training aids that's been sold over the last few years. You'll pretty much find most tour players using this. It's about 3 foot in length, and if you look through this year, number one player Luke Donald has had about 590 putts from this distance, and the reason he's number one is he's holed every one of them. So the idea is to try and roll the ball straight in a straight line down this metal strip, which is a lot harder than it looks. Now maybe if you haven't got one of those, a simple thing that you could do is draw a line around your ball and work on just trying to roll the ball straight. This is the key principle for putting, is trying to roll the ball straight. So quite simply, by using one of these little devices, once you've marked all your balls up, you can now practice at home working on trying to roll the ball dead straight in a straight line, trying to get the ball to roll end over end. That really is the key to being a good putter. Now indoors you'll get a much better roll at this time of year on your carpet than you ever will out on the actual greens. So what we're trying to do with this drill is just trying to see if we can get the circle on the ball to roll end over end. If we're hitting a straight putt, you'll know it goes in a nice straight line and the balls finish up in the same place. But if we're hitting a putt with a slightly open or closed face, you'll notice how the line starts to wobble. So if we hit one with an open face, you can see the line suddenly starts to wobble. This is a great drill to learn to control the putter face. And this is a definite must for all good players. This is what we call a putting mirror, and working with one of these indoors really will help you train a perfect stroke. Firstly, it lets us line the ball up, then it helps us get our eyes in the correct position over just inside the ball, and the marks help us do that, and then also it helps us line up the putter. Just getting used to standing in this perfect setup and then trying to take the putter back on a nice straight line is going to help us develop a great stroke. And this is a great piece of equipment. This is a true plane putting device. Basically it's to help you develop a perfect stroke. Now this might not be for everybody, it just depends on what type of putter you've got and what type of stroke you've got. Let's have a look. So here we have two Ping putters, a very popular brand, and they look very, very similar, but in fact they're very, very different. And the reason they're different is how they react. Now if we look at this particular putter, this is what we call a toe hang putter. You can see the head of the putter is hanging down. If we look at the other one I've got, again a Ping putter, we'll notice if I balance it on my finger, it lies dead flat. This is called a faced balance putter. So let's have a look at what type of stroke that you should be using one of these with. So let's have a look at it. So this is the toe hang putter, the putter that hangs with the toe down. Now this would be ideal for using a piece of equipment like this. Yeah, this is for the guy that believes that the putter should actually travel on a slight curve, and this is why this is a curved end. So if you're going to practice on one of these, you can see how just grooving a perfect putting stroke is going to help you develop that slight curve, a great training aid. Now some people believe that the putter should work very square, in fact square to square or straight. Now if that's you, first of all check that you're using the right putter to be able to do this, so you've got a face balance putter, and then at home you'll be able to practice against the skirting board, just trying to get your putting stroke to work nice and straight, level with the skirting board. And this is our last piece of equipment. Now this is a very useful tool. You can see what it does. It wraps under the bottom of the putter and then travels up underneath our armpits. This helps us get connection with the putting stroke, so it really makes the shoulders dominate the stroke, and it takes our hands out of it, because you see if we wobble our hands around, the actual sticks come off the putter. So it's a great little device. Now you could do something slightly different to get the same effect. You could wrap a towel under your armpits and practice holding the putter, yeah, with palm grip. This is where you place your index finger on both hands down the outside of the putting grip, and that really does take the hands out of the putting stroke. And then with the towel underneath, that gets everything working from the shoulders. It's for the guy that really uses the hands. It really will stop you from missing those short putts. And finally, the last two putting drills that I'd urge everybody to do this winter. These are really simple. The first one is probably the one that's going to help the club golfer the most. In fact, it probably would help all the professionals as well. When we've got that edgy putt and our head moves, yeah, that then twists the putter. So just by practicing with your head against the wall and hitting balls along your skirting board, this is going to teach you to keep your head still and your eyes down until the ball's well and truly gone. The second drill is to stop our body moving. So to practice our putting strokes with our bum just resting against the wall. This is a really unusual feeling, and it'll just show you when practicing this, if you have a go at this, you'll realise how much your lower half must move during the putting stroke. This will keep you dead still. Have a great Christmas and try these at home.